Hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video. And in today's video, it's a pleasure to be joined by Kaisee Benjamin. And Kaisee, first of all, how are we?
I'm all good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And like I say, it's a pleasure to have you on. And this is freshly kind of after your fight against Kieran Malloy for June 28th has been announced. And I suppose I'll start off by talking about that. And so, how did that come about? How did you hear about that fight?
My manager just told, basically asked me if I wanted to have a fight for, believe it's June the 24th, and obviously I said yeah. So it was just a matter of getting my weight down, and I'm in the process of that. So yeah, I'm all good.
Do you ever have many problems making the welterweight limit?
Nah, nah, all good. What welterweight is super lightweight. A bit hard. I have to do that proper, but can do it if I do it properly.
Most definitely. That's good to hear because, of course, a lot of fighters do struggle with that. But again, you're somebody who definitely has taken every opportunity seemingly that's come available to you. And is that, something you pride yourself in?
Oh yeah, 100%. I never shy away from a fight. As long as it's a good fight and it makes sense, then I'm all for it.
What do you make about Kieran Malloy as an opponent?
I don't know much about him. I've never seen him box, so I can't really give an insight on that.
hmm Have Have you ever been out to Ireland before?
Nah, it will be my first time.
Are you excited to, I suppose, truly be the away fighter and have to deal against his crowd?
Yeah, it's not my first time being the away fighter, and but I'm definitely excited to go to Ireland. It's my first time technically going abroad to fight, so
Mhm.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And I suppose, from the beginning of your career, you've definitely progressed through your career to a good point now where you are able to get these big opportunities. But how has your mindset changed from the start of your career to now?
Um, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's changed in a good way or a bad way. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I haven't really thought too much into how my mindset's changed. So it's a bit of a tough question.
So I suppose, can you answer this question of what are you fighting for now?
Well, I've got a daughter on the way, so
Congrats.
thank you. So yeah, this fight's basically dedicated to her
Mhm.
unborn child. So and it's just my luck that the due date is the day after my
Oh, wow.
fight. So yeah, I could potentially miss my daughter being born. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, a big sacrifice, I suppose. But in the long term, do you feel like it's going to be just a benefit to have each fight, for her?
oh, 100%. Winning this title, it's I'm not just looking at this win. I'm looking past this win in terms of where the future is going to take, where winning this is going to leave me in the future. So, yeah, winning this, it'll put me in a good stead.
Where do you think it could take you if you were to win this for your career? You are coming off a defeat, but it was a very good, well contested fight. And I'm sure if you beat Kieran Malloy, like you've kind of mentioned, it'll be a great victory. Where do you think that does put you in the domestic scene?
Um, well, I've kind of been around the domestic scene like my whole career. So, hopefully, I can focus on climbing the WBA rankings because
Mhm.
obviously it's a WBA European. So, hopefully, I can climb them rankings and yeah, get that world rank.
Would you prefer to if you were to, go on to win this one and win it really well, would you prefer to go on to fight more European type fights or to go back to domestic kind of fights?
Definitely European. I feel like I've been doing domestic fights my whole career.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just whatever's gonna put me up there in the rankings, which I believe them European fights will. I believe so. Yeah, that's kind of the aim in my eyes.
Do you ever kind of look at the opposition around your weights at European level and think, maybe I could take this guy, or, you've seen a fighter and gone, I'm better than this guy?
No, not really. I kind of just take my opponent as they come, and that's kind of what I've done through my career. But obviously, as I climb the rank, if I win this or when I win this,
Hmm.
I'll obviously climb the rankings and obviously be up there. So I'll obviously look at potential opponents and yeah, see who looks tasty and who will make for a good fight.
And I suppose, you are taking opportunities given to you at the moment, but when you are the guy being chased and, being the one with the belt, will you be, looking and just trying to make sure the fight makes the most sense for yourself financially?
Oh yeah, always. Um, I don't. Sometimes I don't mind taking a financial cut if it's gonna shoot me in the rankings or get my name out there a bit or something like that. But if it's gonna get my name out there or whatnot, then it's more than likely gonna make sense financially also.
Mhm. Most definitely. And I suppose, are we going to see, now that we've touched upon, your daughter coming, are we going to see a new, more maybe aggressive, more motivated version of Casey Benjamin?
100%. For my last couple of fights, I had a few things going on outside the ring.
Hmm.
So I since my last fight, I haven't fought for about a year, and I was just getting stuff sorted outside the ring. And yeah, now I'm all good. I'm back.
Most definitely. It is great to see you back as well. I was there, I watched him as a fan when you fought Sean McComb, and I thought it was a really good, well contested fight in which, I definitely thought you had perhaps an argument to say that you'd won that fight. And I just feel like, perhaps you may be been hard done to a few times with results. Do you feel like perhaps that's been the case?
Um, when I look back at the fights that I've lost, I know why I've lost them, and the Ballingall and the McComb fight. As I said, I had stuff going on outside the ring, and that showed in my performances. Um, my team knows that, so and I think that's kind of why they get frustrated at me.
Mhm.
But they know I had stuff going on outside the ring, so they kind of cut me a bit of slack. But
Mhm.
now this time around, now I've got nothing going on. They're basically saying, "Don't mess up."
Is it, great to have a team behind you that will, discipline you?
Oh yeah, 100%. It is annoying at the time, but in the long run, it's very good and it it shows in the training because if they don't discipline me, then um, I wouldn't necessarily say I won't train as hard or whatnot, but they definitely do push me.
Hmm. Most definitely. And I suppose, you're now coming on to back GBM sports main events. And do you like being the main focus?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's always good being, the center of attraction, and whether I'm in the away corner or in the home side, I don't mind being in the away corner because then it's just more fuel in my belly to win.
Hmm. And I suppose as an attribute, what would you say you kind of pride yourself most in?
Um, I'll probably say that I'm tough. I've never been dropped or stopped or anything like that. Yeah, I'd probably say that.
And what would you say Kieran Malloy is to expect from you without giving away a game plan, of course?
It's just, I'd probably say just a hard fight.
Hmm.
Um, a hard fight for himself. Yeah.
Most definitely. And then, I suppose just to get to learn more about you as a fighter, do you kind of watch too much fighting outside?
Uh, I watched, I watched the shows when they're on the
Hmm.
weekends. Obviously the big shows, and then now and then I watch some of John Pegg shows, and
Hmm.
then apart from that, that's about it.
What do you make of the stable in which John Pegg has at the moment?
Um, he's got a good stable, you know. We've got Sam,
Mhm.
Shaq, Steed, Scott. We've got quite a few, and I've Niall. Niall's just won the English.
Mhm.
So yeah, Jess Barry, she's just won the English. Got some good fighters.
And you mentioned Sam Egginton there, and he's in an interesting point in his career. Of course, he's been around for forever, it seems like. Where do you think that he can possibly go down next?
Um, Sam can go anywhere he wants. It's Sam. He's he's been an IBO world champion, so he's got about now. He can Sam can do whatever he wants.
Hmm.
uh, I think with Sam just needs that one big payday,
Hmm.
uh, which he deserves. You know, he's been a credit to the sport, and he's literally gave blood, sweat, and tears. So yeah, I think he deserves a big payday.
Most
Not
definitely.
like he hasn't had big paydays, but in terms of not having to box again, big paydays.
Mhm. Needs to get him on one of them Riyadh season shows.
Hey, that's it, man. He needs one of them.
For sure. And, I just wanted to ask you about an opponent in which, you fought in the past as well. Of course, Dalton Smith, he's definitely the opponent of yours who has gone on to achieve the most so far in his career. And what do you make of him as a fighter? And how do you think he's developed since you fought him?
Um, Dalton's a good fighter. I knew he was a good fighter going into the fight
Hmm.
because I did watch his fights, and when I was watching him, I thought it's going to be a tough fight because he's he's got good ring IQ,
Hmm.
and yeah, it was a good fight. So I've I believe I probably gave him his hardest fight. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's definitely progressing. He's fighting for a world title on his next fight, I believe.
Hmm.
So he's doing good, and all the best to him.
And I suppose, have you ever really gone into any fights feeling, you know, kind of fear maybe or like strong nerves?
Oh, of course. Every fighter goes into a fight feeling fear in case they lose. It's fear of losing, not necessarily fear of the man in front of you.
Hmm.
It's more so the fear of losing because obviously the competitive side in me never wants to lose. So um, yeah, probably every fight I go in with fear, but as Mike Tyson said, as I get closer to the ring, that fear diminishes,
Hmm.
and yeah, I just look on hurting my opponent.
And one final question from myself, and it's quite a basic question, but you've touched upon, wanted to progress on through the European levels after this fight. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years. Um, my wife will probably screw at me hearing this, but I don't plan.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
especially in boxing, I think that's why I don't plan because of boxing. So
Yeah.
there's so many like unexpected things happen.
Hmm.
Like I could win this fight and then have another fight and get a world title shot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then, or I could have this fight, lose, and never box again.
Hmm.
So who knows?
Hmm.
I don't like to plan. I like to just play it by ear, and as long as I do my best, and I hope everything works out.
Roll with the punches, I suppose, is the
That's
same.
it. Good terminology. Yeah.
Thank you. And Kaisee, I really appreciate you coming on today, and I do wish you the best of luck. I'll definitely be watching and supporting you for this fight. And like I say, best of luck. And I suppose, is there anything you want to leave out with saying?
Tune in and make sure you support. Uh, I'm the away fighter, and I'm gonna bring the heat. So yeah, 24th of June. Tune in.
Can't wait. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, Kaisee.
Nice one. Thank you.
Nice one. Thank you, mate.